Alright, this is one of my biggest new Vacs in a long time. We got a ton of stuff to show today. Welcome back to New Vacs, episode 32, I believe we're on now. I think I'm going to call this one Bissell Edition, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I've done one of those yet. Anyways, so yeah, we got a bunch of random crap here to show. So we got a ton of stick Vacs for some reason. We got a Vacs, we got some scrap machines, and we have some lovely uprights. So I guess we're going to start with the stuff that I'm going to scrap and work our way up to the better stuff. So this Bissell Power Force Helix 2191U was a curb find from about a few weeks ago. It was in very, very bad condition when I got it, and I fully restored it, but it's having some more problems, and honestly, I might end up scrapping it. The brush roll seems like it's going to go out on this, and the motor still doesn't sound 100%. I don't know. I'm very on the fence about this. It needed a new cord, so I have put a lot of work into this, but also haven't really bought anything for it. So basically, if that brush roll goes out, I'm gonna scrap the machine. But otherwise, yeah, this thing's in great condition. It's been all cleaned out. It's got a brand new filter in it. Well, I say brand new. That's from another vacuum that I scrapped. The brush roll, it seems stiff, honestly. When I brought it up here, it, wouldn't turn, so I don't really know what's going on with it. The belt might burn out on this, but here we have a dusting brush. This thing didn't have any attachments. I put that dusting brush on here. And here's the rating sticker. Again, this thing isn't really that interesting, but it's a 2021. So, anyways, let's give it a run. Oh, those bearings are awful. Okay, well, I kind of take it back. The bearings, well, no, the bearings are bad, but the motor actually sounds okay, so maybe this machine won't be scrapped. But yeah, that's this Bissell Power Force Helix, so let's move on to the Shark. All right, next we have the Shark rotator. Now, I already did a video on this, and I've sort of cleaned it up. And honestly, I was going to do something with it, but if we look back here, this just snapped when I was cleaning it. So the little locking mechanism back here just gave out, so this thing is just done for. Honestly, it's not worth it. This was also a trash find. It's not worth doing, honestly. There's no power head with it. It's extremely yellowed. The hose is in really bad condition, unfortunately. It's just not worth it. You can see I started to clean it out, but, I mean, it's just not worth it. The filters in it are pretty disgusting still. But it does work. So I know the motor in this has a home. I believe it's going to go in my Hoover Air steerable. I think they are the same motor. The cord I'll take off of it, obviously. I'm going to probably take the wand off of it for my rotator, but otherwise, the rest of this is just landfill. This is a 2013 NV501. I think I'm going to keep the cord hook on it, actually, because that could be useful. Oh, and definitely the crevice tool. I took the dusting brush off of it already to go on my other rotator, because that one didn't have it. But yeah, I'll definitely be keeping this crevice tool. This thing is extremely faded. It's just really bad. See, it's still dirty up here, and the bottom is all... well, I didn't damage that box, but see, the bottom is just bad. The thing isn't worth it. Which is a real shame, because I could have got $60 for this if it had a power nozzle and this thing wasn't broken. But yeah, you can just see it just falls apart. See, it just, yeah, it doesn't. It just breaks. Like, this thing is worthless. So, the motor in it, fortunately, is very, very healthy. So, at least this thing wasn't a total waste, and you can just hear it. It just creaks so bad. Which is, I mean, it's a Shark, so I'm not surprised. Alright, let's hear the motor on this. See, sounds really nice. If I can get that top part out, it's not going to come out. So yeah, this motor is very nice and will definitely have a home because the motor in this thing is extremely useful. But that's just garbage Shark. Again, not really worth much of anything. So I think we're going to move on to some of those stick vacs. Alright, so next we have this little shark sweeper here. Now, I picked this up in the garbage. It had the charger. There's nothing wrong with this machine. The only problem with it was filthy. I've been using this a lot. I think the brush hole in it might be a little messed up. I'm not really a big fan of Shark products. But this one, you know what, it's actually not that bad. I wish it was the VX3 model that had the collapsible handle, but this one isn't. But, yeah, it is nice. I've seen these in the trash before, but never picked them up. And I saw this one there with the charger, and I decided to pick it up. And this thing is awesome. I've been using this for the upstairs. It's a great machine. I don't know when this one was made. Actually, no, it's a 2021, because the date code's on the bottom. So, if I can get it. It's a... what? No, 2022. So, yeah. This thing's in good condition. Obviously, brush hole looks like that. So, I guess we'll give this thing a little bit of a run. So see, when you push it forward, it makes a weird noise, and I don't know if that's an issue, or if that's how it's supposed to be. I don't really know. It also has like a high and low speed, which is kind of nice. I always use it on high. But it does seem to hold a charge pretty well, so I'm glad to kind of have one of these that works, because I broke my other floor sweepers that I had like this. So, it is pretty useful, and this would be probably one of the only Shark products I would recommend. But, yeah, this thing isn't bad. Definitely not bad for a trash find. So, let's move on to the Bissell featherite. So, I bought this little Bissell here to replace my blue 3-in-1 vac. This was a Goodwill find. I think it was literally only $3, so that's the only reason I picked it up. I also needed this for my car, and it actually is really nice for that purpose. This one's a 2024. So again, this thing isn't really that old. There's nothing wrong with it. Model 2033. Yeah, this thing's honestly great. No attachments with it, but you know what? I'm not complaining. This thing does feel extremely cheap. And I'm planning to do a review on this. I already know I did a review on the 3-in-1, so I don't know. But this thing's extremely cheap. And the fact that Dollar General is selling these for $40 is absolutely insane. Still can't believe they're that much money, but yep. This was cheap, so I just decided to pick it up. Let's give it a quick run. Again, nothing wrong with it. It actually does very well, especially on hard floor. If I can get the cord. So again, not really that interesting, but definitely will be pretty useful. So let's move on to the Miele. So here's this Miele quickstep. Now, I've wanted a Miele for a very, very long time. So I was pretty excited to find this at Goodwill for like $8. But I don't really like this. Honestly, I'm probably going to sell this machine. Here's the floor head. It was extremely rusty, and it still kind of is. I mean, it's definitely a lot better than when I got it. But, I mean, still, it's not really that good. I don't really want to sell it with a floor head like that. It also needs new filters. So, here we go. We do have a bag in it. And then the filters in it I mean, that one's not that bad, but the exhaust one's pretty bad. If we look back here, it comes off. 2 hands, but no HEPA filter. And you can just see the flashlight is just enhancing that. It's just awful. I believe you can add a HEPA filter to these by removing the black piece, but I'm not going to do that. I don't really care that much. I need to get a pack of these filters, but yeah. It does smell a lot better. This thing reeked when I got it, so I think at least cleaning this off and freshening it up helped, but it really needs to be replaced. Also, we can see this machine is a April 2014. Towards the handle, we have obviously the handle piece, both attachments, which this is a really nice upholstery brush, and then we just have our little crevice tool there. This canister or hand vac part is extremely heavy. I believe this thing has a full-size Miele motor in it. It's 1100 watts, or 1000, my bad. We have our on and off switch. There's actually 2, so you can turn it on when you have it up like this, so you can reach it easier. But, I guess there's not really much else to show. I believe I already showed the inside of the back compartment, but yeah, it's all been cleaned out. I don't really like this machine. It's hard to push for some reason. I'm not really the biggest fan, but I guess we will give this thing a little run. Alright, this is low. it like skipped. I don't know. I think this floor head might be a little messed up. And here is high. So it's very quiet. I actually like it. And I'm thinking of getting an electric head for it because I'll show you. It has the electric power or electric takeoff socket. So yeah, this thing is just so heavy, and like I said, it has the little takeoff socket with it. So I'm pretty sure I can get a cheap power head on eBay for this for like $50, but is it even worth it? I'm not sure. I might just sell this machine, but that's the Miele Quickstep. So definitely interesting and pretty premium machine, but not really my favorite. Next up, we have this Bissell, oh my god, what's this thing called? Clean View Pet Slim. So there's a pretty interesting story behind this machine. So my dad got this as a sample at work, and brand new in the box. He found it back there, and yeah, I got it for free, brand new. So this thing is awesome. I mean, I wouldn't say awesome. It's not worth $150, which is what they charge for this machine, but still, it's actually kind of nice. It has all the attachments with it. Now, like I said, this was brand new, but I keep the attachments in this bag. So it has the little turbo brush here. What else? Find it. A spare HEPA filter, or Febreze filter. This pathetic dusting brush. A wall bracket, or part of the wall bracket. I believe there's like bits of it. The instructions. And then what else? Oh yeah, there's a crevice tool. And then, yeah, the other parts of the wall bracket and the screws. So yeah, it came with all that stuff. And then, yeah, this machine's really nice. You can tell I haven't used this thing a lot because when you push it around, it makes that horrible noise. The wheels need to be oiled really bad. But this machine is pretty nice. We do have our power head. It's actually very, very quiet for some reason, which I actually like. It's corded, which honestly, again, that's a plus because I don't like corded vacuum or cordless vacuums. But yeah, let's look in here. If I can get that off. How you empty this is you pull up, and then it just like probably two hands, and this thing like actually cleans off the shroud, which is really nice. And then in there you can tip out all your dust, which this thing has actually been doing very well. And then it goes in, I believe, actually, no, it goes in the other way. I can get it, yep. Drops down in there, and then to clean the filter, you have to twist it. Kind of hard to do. You twist that, and then you pull up, and yeah, you can see this one kind of needs clean, but pretty simple maintenance, and there is no filter right here. It's just the grill that goes to the motor. So I guess there's, oh, right. So because this thing has been sitting in the storage closet for so long, the thing is actually a 2021 machine, even though I got it last month. So, yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, but, I mean, it's never been used. It's brand new. It was brand new in the box. So I guess there's not really much else to say, but to give this machine a run. You can see, I mean, it cleans okay. That squeaky noise is really annoying. And you can see it's cyclonic. And I like how the power nozzle had that, like, soft start to it. Like, it's actually really nice. I can't lie. But there is honestly, considering, I mean, I got this for free, but considering the price of this, there is a million other machines you could get better than this machine. But, I mean, it's nice. I use it for up here. This machine isn't that bad. For free, I can't complain, but I wouldn't spend $130 on this. Finally onto these uprights. I think I'm going to do this 1240 first. So I picked this up at Goodwill for $10. I did a video on this already, and it's been all cleaned out. This thing's actually really nice. I didn't think I was going to like it, and honestly thought I was probably going to end up selling it, but it is nice. Unfortunately, the pedal's obviously broken, and it's missing the height adjustment wheels. I ended up just removing them. Both the legs were broken off. I do have them, but, I mean, there's not really a point. We have our brush roll, which I believe, yeah, got the belt in it was really, really stretched, so it's got a good brush hole in it, thankfully. I put a crevice tool and extension wand on this machine. I don't know if this would have had a long crevice tool. I doubt it. Unfortunately, we don't have a combination tool. The cord is actually pretty damaged. Well, I mean, not damaged that bad. It's not down to the copper, but you can see there's some tape, which is kind of unfortunate. But yeah, this thing's actually pretty nice. Definitely better than the newer helixes, in my opinion. Or, well, I don't know if this is better than the 2191. Maybe. I didn't show you in here. I did replace the filter in it because it basically just fell apart, which I was kind of surprised about. That filter looked very clean. But you can see we have our bin here, and then a brand new Febreze filter is in this. So it actually smells really nice. Oh, and that's the one thing with it. It keeps falling over. So there's no pedal. Can't get it. But, yep, powerful cleaning, never loses suction. That's usually BS. Here's our rating sticker. This is a 2015, which I thought was actually late, but it's not. Model 1240, so this is an 8 amp one. I'm still on the hunt for a good 12B one, but for now, this one will be okay. I did see a 12B one once in a thrift store a while back, but that thing was really faded and pretty bad. And I believe the motor in it was also bad on top of that. Or the brush roll was bad, I can't remember, but yeah, that thing was a wreck. Anyways, let's give this thing a run. It's quiet. I wish it had the height adjustment wheels, because I would be using this machine a lot more. So it's nice. The motor in it's very, very healthy. It cleans great. There's not really much to hate about this machine other than that the height adjustment wheels are broken and the handle release is broken. But let's, I guess, test suction. The suction in the thing is kind of ass. Oh, wait, that's one thing I should probably point out. I don't know if all 1240s are like this, but when the end is blocked, here, I'll show you. It, like, it's probably not going to do it, but it, like, drops down. Of course, it's not going to do it. I think it already did it, actually. I don't know. I can't really tell. Here, let's reseat the bin. Maybe it'll do it. Okay, well, when I first got this machine, when I would block the end, because I went to test the suction, the actual gasket or thing here just dropped down, so it basically, like, fell out. I don't know if that's normal. I'm gonna assume it is, and it's just preventing the motor from overheating. I don't really know, but that's what my 1240 does. But otherwise, there's nothing wrong with this machine. I probably shouldn't have bought it, and probably should have waited to find a better machine, but yeah, I guess there's not really much else to say about this. So yeah, that's this Powerful Helix 1240. Final three machines. We got this actually extremely impressive Dirt Devil Featherlight Cyclonic. So I didn't know they actually made these called Featherlights. I thought they were all called Breezes, but this is basically a super late Dirt Devil Breeze. I didn't think I was going to be as impressed with this machine as I am. This thing is really nice, actually. It's very, very nice to use. I picked this up at Goodwill. I did pay $16 for it, which I almost didn't get it, but I was told to, and you know what? I don't regret it at all. This thing is really nice. Unfortunately, it's missing all the attachments, but I don't really care that much. This hose is pretty crappy, but it's definitely better than the Bissells at the time. It's longer. It is more flexible. I do prefer this hose. The bin, I don't like how you can barely see through it, but yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of a con, but not really. It's pretty small. The cyclone in it is pretty ineffective, but definitely better than Shark machines. And here we have a filter, which when I got this machine, it was completely plugged. It was really, really bad. But cleaned it off and washed it, and now it's all good. The belt in this was also stretched, so currently there's a Bissell Style 7 in it, but I don't know if that's gonna... yeah, no, it should be fine. It seems to groom okay. I don't know when this one was made. I don't know how to date these Dirt Devils. That's the rating plate. I would assume like 2017, something like that. I guess time to give this machine a run. Nothing's broken on it, thankfully. And I do like this handle. It really does resemble the multi-surface, this whole machine. It looks just like my multi-surface. Anyways, here we go. Like, this thing is so nice to use. It's easy to push. This thing is just awesome in general. I did daily drive this machine, actually. Let's do a suction test. Not the strongest, but it's also not as bad as, like, that Bissell was from earlier. The only con of this machine is this handle is just cheap. I can flex it with my hand. It's just really bad, that handle. I do prefer the multi-surface. But, yeah, this machine's actually really nice and definitely better than the Bissells at the time. So I would recommend, if you see one of these at like a thrift store or a yard sale, definitely pick it up because they're pretty decent machines. Although, they don't really filter that well because it's a bagless machine. But hey, I do want to find the bag version of this. I think I'll really like that vacuum. And it's also a childhood machine, so I am on the hunt for the bag version. But the bagless one is fine. This thing's a great machine. So I'll definitely keep it around for at least a little while. But on to the Bissell Power Track. So this machine, honestly, I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on it. It is in really nice condition. I picked this up off of Facebook for $10. Yeah, that was it. And it's cosmetically in decent shape besides this being covered in paint, which is very unfortunate. And the logo's like rubbed off. I don't know. It's really unfortunate. I know this piece without the cyclone and the pipe thing in there are on eBay, but I don't know if I'm going to spring for it. I really don't care that much. Still don't have a turbo brush for this, but I know I can get a turbo brush when I need it. It's just not going to be green. It's going to be probably yellow. I might get lucky and find a green one, but doubt it. Here's the Revolution bin. This thing actually works really well, the Revolution. I didn't think it was going to be effective, but yeah, this thing's awesome. I definitely want to do a review on this machine. This gets a lot of fine dust in it. It really does seem to work well. Although this filter still does get dirty very fast, and you can see, oh my god. See, I haven't cleaned this. I've been using this machine, surprisingly. I don't use my clean view, but I use this. This filter does seem to stop a lot of stuff. You can see it's still got that crusted stuff on the top. I don't know why it has that. I did wash it and it still won't go away, so I'm probably gonna have to replace that. Still no HEPA filter. I cut a foam piece and it seems to not really work that well. But, I mean, okay. We got our power switch. Stickers, luckily in good condition. Like I said, turbo brush is missing. We got a crevice tool and extension wand. No dusting brush / upholstery tool. This is a 2011 machine. Model 6591. It's got a power track. Obviously, it's the only machine I have in my collection besides the lift-off, which I don't know if that really counts. That has a power track base. Here's the bottom of it. Thank God the brush was good. I got most of the paint that was on the bottom off of it. That was able to be mechanically removed, although I've tried alcohol, I've tried nail polish remover. This won't come off. And I'm scared to go to anything stronger because I'm worried about damaging the plastic or taking the lettering off. Anyways, I guess not much else to say about this machine. The bearings on this are shot. It's just how it is. But here we go. Oh my god, that's so bad. But otherwise, I also don't know if I said this. I replaced the belt in it. Replaced the belt. Can't talk. But yeah, this machine, I mean, it's nice for the collection, but that's really bad. So I would like to get a new motor for this in the future, although I'm not desperate. It really does sound like my 6582. But anyways, on to our final machine, the Vacs. So now on to our final machine, this Vacs. So I picked this up on Facebook Marketplace for, how much? $60, which, again, kind of hurt. I didn't really want to pay $60 for this. I would have been probably more happy at like $20 or $30. But I've been wanting one of these for a very, very long time, and these are very rare here in the U.S., so I decided to just take the bullet. I've never seen one in person. These things are awesome. I never thought I would end up getting one, and here we are. This thing, oh my god, it is so cool. It's complete. This thing is perfect. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this. It's very brittle, unfortunately, but nothing broken on it. There's a fly. Oh my god, can this thing get out of my face? It's got the box, which thankfully I was able to remove the tape a little bit, so we can kind of see the decal. Oh my god, this flies, but we still, like, have all the decal. It only ripped in one spot right there, and I wasn't able to get it off the top, but I don't really care that much. Made in the USA, surprisingly. I'm very surprised this was actually made in the US. I thought this would be made in the UK, but okay. Anyways, yeah, there's the front of this. The box is a little bit different than the British ones, because it says Britain's best carpet washing or something like that. Here's the machine. Cord's in great condition. It's a very nice cord on this machine. I thought it would be that, like, stiff cord that my Silver King has, but nope. It's a very, very nice cord. We have our power switch, which I absolutely love this power switch. And here we have, you know, the bag. I was able, if you watched my acquisition video of this machine, I was able to get the solution tank off. I believe the seals had just kind of bonded over time and it was a little bit stiff. But with some brute force, it came off. It did come with all of the accessories. So in this box, we have the floor tool, which I've never used. We've got 2 extension wands. And here we have our carpet washing head, and then our solution tube assembly. I plan on doing, like, a whole shampooing my carpet with this video. I plan to do that. And here we got all of our accessories. So I'm not going to go too in-depth in this, but we have our small washing head, our bag, which I'll show you the bag I fit in here. I'm not using this original cloth bag because it is literally brand new. Crevice tool, and then the upholstery brush and the dusting brush. And then there's, like, the gasket for the, I don't know where it is, the gasket for the, yeah, there it is, for the bag. We have that, and then, what else? This is the bag for the floor tool. And then finally, we have our owner's video, which I still haven't played yet. But anyways, let's get this thing plugged in, and we'll give it a quick little demo. Before we run it, I am going to show you in here. So we have the filter. I was able to glue down the gasket. This filter, I believe, is original. It's in very, very good condition. Often this perishes. And here we go. So this is the original. I can't take it off because the hose is in there. This is the original, like, slide out piece for the bag, but I fit a Bissell Style 7 HEPA bag on it. It does actually seem to fit, which I'm kind of surprised it does, but that is nice. Oh, and then obviously this bit sits on here. It is actually kind of light, surprisingly, and it goes on like that, and then you have to do these clips. Over here, like I said, we have our power switch, and then we have our mains on indicator light, which is lit up because I have it plugged in. But I guess let's give it a quick demo. I'm not going to give it a carpet demo because, like I said, I'm going to do a video probably in the next week or so where I shampoo the carpet with this and do, like, a full demo. So you'll have to wait to see this thing fully in action, but I will give you a quick little demo. Suction on it's actually pretty strong. Do that. There's our rating sticker. I don't know when this was made. I would guess 1994. But yeah, that's the Vacs. Very, very excited to have this machine. And there will definitely be more videos to come of this machine. I have a huge mess to clean up, but that is New Vacs episode 32. Thank you guys for watching this video. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.